What's up, everybody? So you've put in the work in learning a new language, and if you're like me, you're 15, 16 months into it, you're noticing you're coming to a plateau, or you don't know what to do next to improve your skills. Maybe you're getting burnt out, but I have just the thing for you to help you improve. So this is for someone who already understands the language, can comprehend, I would say, 60 to 70, 80+% of what is being said. You can understand context and you know many words, but you still struggle to follow along with complex sentences, complex topics, like maybe politics, business talk, stuff like that. If you're at that point in your language learning journey, first I want to say you're doing great. You're doing a good job. If you aren't there yet, keep it up. You're still doing great. And if you're past that, good for you. Maybe you're about 15, 16 months into the journey like I am. I'm learning Norwegian, and something I've recently discovered is videos that I took of myself 6 months ago, 8 months ago when I started learning the language, even like 3 months ago. What I've noticed is I heard a word and I pronounced it so wrong that I've been focusing on that word and my pronunciation. And then after finding that word, I decided I'm going to focus on pronunciation overall, because my point in this video is you come to a point in your language learning journey, a critical key point, where if you don't stop and listen to your habits or pay attention to your habits, you could be forming really bad habits with the language that are never going to go away. Don't get me wrong, this isn't about being perfect, and perfection is not the goal here. But if you're always looking for a way to become better in a language and you really like learning languages, I would strongly recommend recording yourself throughout your process. It doesn't need to be every week, but just speak the language, record it, and then look back once a month, once a quarter, once every 6 months, and nitpick, find words that do not sound right, but you know what they sound like in the native language, or when a native speaker speaks the language, I should say, and then focus on that, and then make it lead into other things and focus on your pronunciation overall. So my point is, I'm 16 months into my language learning journey now, and I've come to realize, literally right before I started recording this video, and that is why I'm recording it, that focus on the bad habits or the habits overall, whether it be pronunciation, grammatical errors like grammar, spelling, maybe you struggle with reading, whatever it is, focus on those bad habits now and hone in on them so that they don't become something that you're just stuck with, you know? You don't want to be that person who never kicks a bad habit because you didn't put enough effort into it, you know? So yeah, one thing that helped me in this journey was literally looking back at videos, because I was going back and deleting a bunch of videos I didn't need. I found some Norwegian ones, so naturally I wanted to listen to them again. I don't remember exactly how far back it was from, but let's say it was 4 to 6 months ago. I heard myself say a word in the language, and it sounded so weird. And then in a YouTube video, I heard a native speaker saying that word, and I started mimicking that native speaker with that single word because I was hyper analyzing my skills and honing in on them. So I hyper analyze every word at this stage, especially when the native person speaks. So pick a simple video that you can understand, not too easy, not too hard, of course, and hyper analyze every single word that they're saying. Really listen to yourself saying those words. That is a key thing after the beginner phase. Let's say you're at a B1, B2 level, or even further, like a C1 level. You're doing great, like I said. Just if you're looking for something different to focus on versus your same old routine of, oh, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, pick this skill, pick pronunciation, because if you're like me, it started going downhill. I have always been a person that was proud of my pronunciation, a little too proud. I had a little bit of an ego around my pronunciation when it came to Norwegian, and I'm starting to realize I'm not as good as I thought I was. Because my pronunciation, and especially, is going downhill, and especially once you start speaking the language faster, your pronunciation naturally goes down, and that applies to your mother tongue too. Like English, when I start to talk way too fast, I don't pronounce my words as thoroughly and clearly. So just slow down your speech, talk slower, pronounce the words like a native speaker. I like to repeat after a native speaker off of YouTube and work on that every day for a certain amount of time until you feel confident again. That's all I had for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope this was useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below with the language that you're learning right now. Until next time.